Hi, my name is David, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Elliptical add-on for Google Spreadsheets to see the evolution in price of multiple cryptocurrencies and to compare how they behave over time. The Elliptical add-on is a way to fetch data that relates to cryptocurrencies into Axie Infinity right into your spreadsheet. To get the add-on, just go to extensions, add-on, get add-ons, and from here just type Elliptical, and you should be able to find it here, and then you click install, and that's it. So once you have it, you're gonna have access to a bunch of custom functions. So in this case, let's start with a column that has different dates. So let's start with, for example, the whole month of December 21. So just gonna add 2 dates. And from there, we can just drag down, let's say that's the second. Now there's a pattern we can drag down and Google will auto-complete all the dates. So I'm just gonna finish to have the whole month. 29, 2 more, 31. All right, that's the whole month of December. Now we write a line here. So now let's compare 3 cryptocurrencies that are similar in price, so it's easier to see on a chart later. So let's say, for example, Sol, AVAX, and AXS, right? They are around in between 80 and 150, I believe, between the 3 of them. So we can use now one of the custom functions, the ELP coin price. This function comes bundled with the add-on. So in here, you're gonna provide the symbol, Sol, and then the date, right? So we have both things. Perfect. So that was the price back at the beginning of the month. Before I continue, let me just format this a little bit better, so it's like easier to read in my opinion. So you can just hit the number and just date. That's a little bit better. So now we should be able to drag down and get the same thing. But before we do that, we're gonna have to log some values. For example, we want, in the case of this is gonna change the date. What's not gonna change is the crypto that we want to use, right? So we're gonna log this, in this case with function 4 or F4 usually. That's where you're gonna log the value once you drag down. So now we should be able to drag this down. Let's verify. All right, it's working. So let's drag it down all the way until the end of the month. Keep going down, keep going down. Okay, so as you can see, the last day we can use is actually today is December 17. That's why after 17 you get an error, and the error says that can fetch price from the future. So to avoid seeing this error, and I decided to make it an error to make it explicit, but you can use a function as well to get rid of the error, so it's a little nicer to read as well. So you can use a function called if error. This is one of the built-in functions of Google Spreadsheet. So if there's not error, show this value. If not, just show the empty value if there's an error. So now we can just drag down this thing and it should be able to get rid of this error message. Okay, now it's just blank. Let's give it the proper formatting of dollar formatting, and we should be able to do the same for AVAX. So if I want to drag down this to the right, I'm gonna have to log. Let's log, for example, in the case of a symbol, I want to log the row but not the column. So in that case, it will be like this. In the case of the date, I want to log the column but not the row, so it's the opposite, like that. Let's see if it's actually working out. So if I select the whole thing and just drag down, actually 2 spaces, should be able to see soon. Something went wrong. C1, A2. Let's try again. So if I just drag this to the right, you get C1, okay, A2. That's correct. We go down. That seems to be working fine. Let's try to complete the whole thing. Okay, let's drag this down to the right. Let's do the same till the end of the month. Okay, so now we have the price for these 3 crypto assets, at least until today, which is December 17. And from here, you can just create a chart. For example, if you want to compare visually, you can go to Insert, Chart, and that should be very straightforward. So I'm just gonna, for example, maybe smooth the lines a little bit. I can go and modify the vertical axis so it doesn't start from 0, so it gives you a little more detail. Let's say start from 50, right? So it's gonna zoom in a little bit, and we can change, for example, the title, right? Crypto over time, right? A little bit more descriptive, and that's basically it. That's how you can use the elliptical add-on to spot trends, to see how your portfolio evolves over time. I'll see you in the next video.